masters. I'm Martin Toomey. I go by Toomey. Too many years in the military, sports, all that kind of stuff. So, the short story is, retired military, and I fish. I fish a lot. Now, long story, got out of the military, I was medically retired. So, to occupy my time, find peace, everything else, I fish. Again, I fish a lot. You know, at least 5-6 days a week. Here in Arizona right now, it's close to 120 degrees every single day. So, I'm not fishing as much as I was, you know, fall, winter, spring. Getting out there about 4 o'clock in the morning, off the water by about 10, you know, before it's, you know, 9 million degrees, 7 circle of hell kind of shit. So, by fishing that much, it really gives me an opportunity, you know, to pursue some of my other passions. Veterans, you know, getting kids outdoors. I run a Heroes in the Water chapter here in Lake Havasu. It's a nonprofit organization. We take vets out kayak fishing, relaxation, rehabilitation. I found it to be really, really successful with a lot of these guys, especially the younger guys coming back that they missed the camaraderie from the barracks. You know, you live to work with your best friends every single day. And then all of a sudden one day you're out of the military and you look around and there's nobody there. Yeah, you know, girlfriend, wife, mom, dad, yeah, they might be there. But that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as having your brother on your left and your right. Or, you know, or some of these guys, sisters, you know, that kind of thing. If they're in one of those jobs that, you know, allow females in, I was never on that type of military. It was all guys. So when they got out, they really, really missed that bonding time and that close association with like-minded people. So through organizations like Heroes in the Water, they can find that again. So that's probably one of the biggest things I do is working with the local veterans offices, getting guys out on kayaks, getting guys out of the house, off the couch, and doing something. That's the biggest thing. You know, I don't care if it's fishing, you know, if it's shooting, if it's, you know, video games. You know, as long as you can get together with like-minded people and share those interests, it's a lot healthier, especially for the veterans. The other one that I pursue quite a bit is, you know, kids in the outdoors. Every single year there's less and less people outside. You know, and I don't mean just, you know, outside walking the streets and everything. I mean outside enjoying nature, hunting, fishing, hiking. And the biggest reason is the moms and dads are too busy. Whatever career it is they've got, you know, they get home at 5:30, you know, and they're tired. They're ready for, I don't know, whatever show is popular on TV right now. I haven't had cable in a decade. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Have dinner, spend a little bit of time with the kids, and then they're going to bed because they've got to be back up at 5-6 o'clock in the morning in order to make it back at work. So the outdoor lifestyle is really receding. You know, some parts of the country is still pretty strong, but not what it was from the 50s, 60s, you know, where pretty much everybody was outside. So you've got this whole generation of kids that have never held a fishing pole, that have never shot a .22 rifle at a target, you know. So that's the other thing I try to do quite a bit here in Arizona. And, you know, Arizona's still a pretty outdoorsy state, so it's not as bad as, let's say, California. But there's still quite a few kids that have never experienced anything like that. And we put on an event every year for kids, you know, get them out on the docks, fishing and everything else. Have their parents come out too, because a lot of times they don't take their kids fishing because the last time they fished, they were 8, 9, 10 years old. They don't remember, you know. So you bring mom and dad out too. And, you know, it reminds them of when they were young, and they have fun, and they remember the techniques and stuff. So that way, with the kids who had an absolute blast that day, the next weekend it's like, Dad, let's go fishing. And now Dad knows how to do it too. And it's great family bonding time and everything. So, how does that pertain to this channel? I'll use this channel, show people videos, reference point. I can say, oh, hey, you know, you were asking me about a certain reel, you know, or how to use a certain bait. Go check out my YouTube channel. I've got a video on it. It's where I really want to see this channel go. I mean, obviously there's going to be fishing picks. Everybody likes to see somebody reeling in some, you know, ridiculous huge fish. A lot of it's going to be gear reviews, trip reports. You live in freaking bumfuck Kansas, right? But you watch all the videos on the internet of people catching sailfish and marlin and mahi, tuna. And you're like, no, I really can't. I don't have those fish here. And it seems like a monumental undertaking to load up the kayak, or, you know, if you don't kayak fish, load up your gear, drive to the coast, which is 15 hours at least probably. And then once you get there, what do I use? How do I target these fish? You know, what's the best baits? What size rod and reel should I be using? What line should I be using? And if you can find all that information on YouTube, all of a sudden those trips don't seem impossible anymore. You now have the knowledge that you need to make these epic adventures. And that's the purpose of SeaWorld Kayak Adventures. Whether you're in a kayak or not, it's still going to be good info for you. I just prefer fishing out of kayak. One, you know, I'm cheap. I don't want a boat. I don't want boat insurance. I don't want gas. I don't want the, you know, rebuild the motor every single year to the tune of $2,000. I have a top of the line kayak. You know, it costs about $2,500. I don't put gas in it. I don't have to register. I do have it insured because it's $2,500, but you don't have to. Okay. And this allows me to have the financial means to travel, to go out and fish quite a bit, spend more money on the stuff we all want to buy, more rods, more reels, more that cool lure that you saw, except the walk and ball rod. Everybody else catches fish on it. I couldn't catch a fish if my life depended on it with that lure. I don't know what it is, but anyway, moving on. So through this channel, you'll be able to see how accessible all of these adventures are. I'll break down costs, show you the cheaper ways to do it. You know, that's nice to stay in a hotel room, but just down the road is a campsite, and it's third the price every night. Well, that just makes it easier for you to be able to do that trip. So I'll show you guys that as well. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the videos and everything that I put out. If you have any questions, comments, want me to do a video on anything, you got a question about a new reel or something coming out, post up in the comments, whether it's this video or any of the other videos, and I'll see if I can't get a hold of that reel. I've got friends that work at a lot of different tackle shops. I've got a lot of friends in the industry. Been doing this a long time. So more than likely I'm going to be able to get my hands on that reel, or that rod, or that lure, whatever it is that you're curious about. You know, even kayaks, I have access to pretty much every kayak manufacturer, so I can do tests on it. No problem at all. If you're curious, ask questions. You know, and if it's something that I can handle, I'll make a video on it for you. You know, answer whatever questions it is you have, because if you have those questions, somebody else has those questions. So it's that old adage. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So ask. I'll do whatever I can to answer you, so you're a more informed purchaser. And together, we can start doing more adventures. Tight lines, guys.